He is an ordinary old man on the streets of Germany. Every time I work the night shift, I have the habit of smoking at the company gate. When I enter the company lobby, I will keep the honest security guard would always joke with him. But this time, he suddenly stopped him. It turned out that the old man had changed a new bag this time. The security guard just asked casually. The old man was a nighttime cleaning lady. The seal in the elevator he used to ride in was his boss. Germany and Chancellor candidate Manfred is pictured here with his son Elia. He went all the way to the top floor of the building and took the elevator. He quickly ran to the balcony. Police cars and ambulances were rushing to the company. He threw several smoke bombs downstairs. Then he hung a rope on the blue pole, turned over and jumped off the building, disappearing in the smoke. He returned to his hotel room, and in front of the mirror, he took out his false teeth, tore off his hair, and pulled off his mask. Finally, his true face was revealed. This young and handsome man is a former British Army legendary hitter. Now the top-ranking killer, nicknamed Chai Lang, is a famous assassin. The mission was not a failure. It was not over yet. The next day, as the general, 4 rollers contained 4 0.338-inch close-gauge Ram Mag male bullets, and the Chai Lang is assembled in a blink of an eye. So Chai Lang's assassination plan was as difficult as a lamp in the sky. But Chai Lang was calm and composed. He slowly moved his heart to the wall of the hospital. The attempt involved the first bullet, and 6 seconds later, a bullet hole appeared in the wall. But the gun hole and the star were offset by more than 10 centimeters. Chai Lang fine-tuned the egg fall, according to this shooting. The second time he fired, he was able to hit the target accurately. By this time, Manfred's convoy had arrived at the hospital. It seems that he is not popular among the people. The hospital entrance is crowded with people who oppose him. So in order to ensure his safety, the convoy stopped directly in front of the hospital. His security captain, just in case, decided to escort the boss into the hospital gate within 10 seconds. Chai Lang still stared at the hospital gate. At this time, the target person got off the bus. Manfred was shot in the head with great precision. The security captain quickly took out his high-powered telescope and looked up at the building opposite. He saw a reflection moving in the room on the 16th floor of the building opposite. Chai Lang did not withdraw his gun at this time. He paused for 3 seconds, seemingly to let the security captain notice him, and then began to quickly dismantle the gun. He collected all his equipment, and a city bomb was placed in the house, and he left through the emergency passage and pressed the fire button. He drove a Mercedes-Benz car and passed by several police cars. He pulled into another parking lot and bought a classic 1998. At this time, Chai Lang had already changed into a casual suit in the British style. He calmly took out his fake passport and showed it to the police for inspection. At this time, he had already disguised himself as a businessman. The police inspected his car from front to back. Looking at his seat, there was a set of high-quality international chests made in China. After confirming that there was no problem, he passed the German-French border safely. Sheba Wolf arrived in Paris, France. He walked in with his suitcase, which no customs inspection could find any problem with. He went online in a cafe in the train station and used a mobile phone to switch. But Chai Lang never meets with clients in person. All transactions are conducted online. But I didn't expect this new customer to insist on meeting me and even directly offered me a price of 10 million. This was the biggest order he had ever received. Chai Lang hesitated for a long time and decided not to do it without paying. He agreed to meet with the buyer. But the other party needs to pay 500,000 yuan for the meeting fee. If they don't care and cooperate after the meeting, you have to pay an additional 500,000 yuan. This is already a very special condition. But I didn't expect the other party to agree directly and readily and paid the deposit happily. This made Chai Lang feel a little scared, so he got up and left. Before leaving, he took away all the teacups and spirit stone bags he had used. As a top killer, he needs to be alert at all times, because the slightest comfort would lead to the end of suffering. The next day, Chai Lang changed his clothes again and rented a new car to go to meeting place. He decided to meet in Maraluna in Sweden. This is the 3rd largest lake in Sweden. Chai Lang hid in the bushes, watching the black well while waiting for customers to arrive. Finally, a car drove into the park. A strange woman got off the car. This was the person that Chai Lang was going to meet. The woman walked straight into a seat. On one side is the cold-blooded killer. On the other hand, she is a gentle and affectionate husband. Chai Lang returned to his study. He was on the floor. The Spanish family. They don't know the secret behind the wolf. All we know is that this mysterious girl often doesn't go home, but makes a lot of money. And this girl has strict rules. Zhao's mother took a photo of the three of them. He immediately reminded them not to post it on WeChat moments. Everyone knows the rule, fearing that it would affect Guy's business. When Nuria invited everyone to sit together for dinner, Chai Lang suddenly received a message from the bank on his mobile phone. He hurried back to the study. Seeing his mother-in-law shaking her head, this girl seems to be working all the time, even during her holidays. Chai Lang returned to his notebook. This might be his only chance to spend more time with his husband. He sent Chai Lang to the airport. At this time, he had already begun to doubt whether his husband really loved him. After saying goodbye to his little squeamishness, Chai Lang waited for his car to completely disappear from the camera on the road. He turned around and was frightened to get into a taxi on the second floor. He took off his sword and then he told the driver to go to the bank in the city center. In the bank, he kept the tin box. There were dozens of fake passports and tickets from various countries. This time, he chose a fake British passport. Then I took a taxi to the train station. But I didn't expect that the knot of this period can finally be untied. This top killer started his previous plot again. He changed his appearance again and came to the hospital clothing store of Munahaishi. She pretended to be a friend and was anxious to break the man. He wanted to choose a purpose for his recently deceased mother. He is also suffering from a migraine at this time. He needs to take medicine immediately, but he had to be in the car outside. Seeing that he was still behaving the same way, the female manager kindly asked for his car. Zhao ran out to get him medicine. This frightened Chai Lang. He quickly got up and went to the computer. I plugged in the USB drive and installed the remote control software on the computer. When the female manager ran back to the room, Chai Lang was already sitting on a chair and pretending to have a headache. It seemed that the killer in the top room not only had to be good at shooting, you also need to know how to do it. Chai Lang, who remotely controlled and transferred the computer, hacked into the dirty system. He found out that Manfred's secret meeting would be held in a few days, and he also got the personal information and photos of the driver who delivered the car. It's time to close the net. Meanwhile, Nuria, who was far away in Spain, felt something was wrong. The more I thought about it, the more mysterious it became. I couldn't help but go into Chai Lang's study. She was looking around, trying to find her husband's secret. While she was looking through the closet, she accidentally stepped on a pedal. He found the safe hidden under the floor. Because he couldn't open it, his brother was very experienced and told him to find the repair sheet for the safe. Then he could call the maintenance personnel to reset the password. Nuria then rummaged through a huge file box. He remembered my husband kept all the records and documents about the house in it. But he searched for the repair bill for the safe for a long time, but couldn't find it. But they found the building of this mansion. It was originally his husband who was responsible for the decoration of this manor. As a result, Nuria found a problem in the drawing. A secret was hidden in her husband's study. He himself had no idea that this room existed, so he took his mother and brother back to the study. After some fiddling with the locks, the three found a combination door behind a mirror. Soon you will know that it has been predicted. Chai Lang in Germany didn't know that his hometown was about to be raided. He pretended to be a delivery driver. His wife and her family had already entered his secret city. His thin passport and all his equipment were exposed to his wife. Perhaps this big problem is the most difficult thing for Chai Lang to solve. As a top killer, how should he cooperate?